Well, hello there, family, and welcome back to the channel. I took a little break, but I am back, and to celebrate my return behind the cameras, I want to go ahead and review the all-new Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 Plus. Let's go ahead and jump in. Well, first things first, to those of you not familiar with the A line from Samsung, this year it is inclusive of two models. The regular model called the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9, and of course the large model, the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 Plus, which is the one that I have here. And some of you may notice that this tablet looks awfully familiar. That is simply because it is the successor to the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 that I have here. You'll see that they do have some striking similarities, and of course there are some differences between the two here. I will eventually make a versus video between this and the predecessor, and of course recommend which one you should go for. But anyways, going back to the Galaxy Tab A9 here, as you would expect, this is more of an entry-level type of tablet, right? It offers a few new things this year around, notably Samsung DeX. That is something that we didn't see before with the lower tier, meaning the budget tablet. In order to access Samsung DeX, you would have had to purchase either a mid-range or a flagship Samsung tablet. But I'm happy to report that the Tab A9 Plus here does support Samsung DeX. It's not going to be offering the same features that you will find on the higher end tablets, but still it is available here. Now with that said, let me go ahead and stop jumping around and start from the beginning. Let's start with just the build quality. It's still a budget tablet, and it feels like a budget tablet. In fact, when I compare it to the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, which is a mid-range, slight budget tablet, the S6 Lite does feel a little bit more premium than what you have here. This definitely feels like a budget tablet. It feels as if I'm holding one of those Amazon tablets, right? Like the HD 11 Max, whatever that was that I reviewed here. It feels that way. I'm not gonna use the word cheap, but it definitely isn't premium. Now that said, it does feel like a solid tablet, in hands here. One of the first things that I noticed when I unboxed the tablet, when I opened the box and looked at the tablet, was just this band here. It strongly resembles what we have with Lenovo tablets. You always see that one band here. I don't know, to me it looks like a Lenovo tablet, at least until you see that Samsung, but I'm lingering on that too much. But anyways, you'll see pretty much the same stuff that you see with the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 here, right? Quad speaker setup there, pretty loud. I would say just about as loud as the Tab A8. Sound quality is not the crispiest, but it certainly has some volume to it, so it's definitely gonna pump it out there. But again, the sound quality is not as sophisticated as what you would get from, a higher end tablet, right? We do have a headphone jack. We still have a headphone jack here, and it looks like they moved it even closer, well, right at that corner there, and you can feel it every time you slide your finger there. You have a USB Type-C port here. It's a 2.0 USB Type-C port, so you will not be able to push out video signal, right? But that's not expected. Even the mid-range, the newest mid-range, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE, or even the FE Plus, neither one of those can push out video signal. At the bottom here, we have pogo pens, and this would be, I'm assuming, for an official Samsung case, or Samsung book cover, or keyboard cover, whatever they're gonna call it. It has not come out yet, at least at the time of shooting this video. So as of now, we just know that we have the pogo pens ready to be snapped in once we get the keyboard cover. And of course, power button, volume rocker. We don't have a fingerprint sensor. That's not expected. Again, it's an entry-level tablet here. And that is pretty much it, right? You have on the back here, the camera. On the back, you have an 8-megapixel camera. Again, something we've seen before, and then a 5-megapixel on the front here. That's also what you have on the S6 Lite, which is the older or the previous mid-range tablet. Now, in terms of the size, we are looking at an 11 inches tablet here. And here's another thing that is new. Aside from Samsung DeX that was added to the budget line, now you have a higher refresh rate on this display. We are looking at 90 hertz refresh rate, which is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool to see that come to, budget tablets in a way that can enhance your user experience, especially if you playing games or watching movies or even just navigating the internet, scrolling through things. It certainly is smoother. In my experience using this so far, it is pretty smooth. It certainly is smoother than what you have with the previous model, the A8, or even the Tab S6 Lite. Now let's go ahead and jump on the inside here. My unit here is the base model, so the 64 gigs of internal storage. You have the ability to go for the next config, which is 128 gigs of internal storage. That's pretty nice because in the past, if you remember, you started off at 32 gigs of internal storage and then you could go up to 64 gigs. You have the ability to expand the internal storage at up to 1 terabyte using a micro SD card like you are able to do with the other ones. With 64 gigs of internal storage, meaning the base model will afford you 4 gigs of RAM. Whereas if you go for the next config, 128 gigs of internal storage, then that would afford you a total of 8 gigs of RAM. So keep that in mind as you are shopping for this bad boy here. Now, in terms of overall performance, in my experience, it's been decent. I'm not gonna say it's been, like I've been amazed. I wasn't expecting to be blown away by the performance of the Tab A9 Plus here. So I'm gonna say performance, it kind of sits right within the line of a budget tablet because remember, the chipset that you have here is a Snapdragon 695, right? So it's not necessarily the most flagship chipset you have on a tablet, but Snapdragon 695, pretty decent for simple tasks, even moderate level of tasks, you'll be fine. In fact, in terms of performance, it performs a tiny bit better than the Tab S6 Lite, which by the way, is supposed to be a mid-range tablet with a Snapdragon 720, right? I'm gonna make, versus video, battle video between those two so that you can choose. But anyways, I'm just highlighting that just to kind of illustrate the level of performance that you should be expecting out of here, right? So Snapdragon 695, 4 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM, mid-level of multitasking. I try, usually I push these things during my testings to see how far they can go. I had a ton of windows there and I just kept toggling back and forth and eventually it started lagging and then it would start being slow. That is expected. When you buy this tablet, it's supposed to be an entry-level tablet, not for you to be using for major projects or anything like that. So I can't say that it's a bad tablet. It certainly is a good tablet for the money. It's gonna run you $230 for the base model, and of course, you'll be sitting within the Samsung ecosystem. Now moving on to battery here, you have the same size battery that you have on the Tab A8, which is 7,000, I believe, 7,040 milliamp, right? Pretty good battery for the day. You definitely will be able to see the day, even for those of you who are power users. But remember, battery life is subjective depending on what you use your tablet for, how you use it and all that good stuff. So I can't really tell you how long your battery life is going to be on your Tab A9 Plus here. Now in terms of camera, as I mentioned, it is that same 5 megapixel front-facing camera, meaning as long as the setting is well lit like what I have here, you should be fine, if you are on, video calling grandma, video calling your friends, teachers, whatever the case may be, you should be fine as long as the setting is well lit. Otherwise, you definitely will be encountering some video noise, right? And the camera on the back, as I mentioned, is an 8 megapixel camera, pretty decent at scanning documents. You can take pictures with it if you want to. It's not gonna be, the best picture out there that you take with it, but it's pretty good with scanning documents. If you need to go ahead and scan document that you want to go ahead and email, that would be good for those also. One thing I need to add here is, despite having a few new features added to it, this tablet still will not support a Samsung S Pen. Of course, you do have the opportunity to pick up, capacitive pencils off of eBay. You could pick up a few of those if you want to go ahead and use with the tablet. Those will work as well, but they won't be as good as a native pencil or as a Samsung S Pen that's typically made for Samsung tablets. Now, with all this being said, I want to go ahead and give you my recommendation right after I give you kind of a quick summary of what you are looking at here with the all-new Tab A9 Plus here. 11 inches would be the size of what you're looking at here. The display is actually pretty nice. It's brighter. It certainly seems to be brighter than the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8, 90 Hertz refresh rate. So brighter, smoother, buttery smooth compared to the previous one. Of course, the Snapdragon 695 here would be the chipset, so a more powerful chipset as you would imagine compared to the other one. More RAM here, you have 4 gigs of RAM as the base, right? And then if you go for the next config of 128 gigs of internal storage, that'll be 8 gigs of RAM. Also, the base model will offer you 64 gigs of internal storage. In terms of cameras, will be the same cameras that you have on the previous model, 5 megapixel on the front-facing camera, the selfie camera, and of course 8 megapixel on the one on the back there. Pretty decent for scanning documents for the one on the back. The front here, pretty good video calling and things like that, but you just need to make sure that, of course, the room is well lit. Battery size, same battery size as the previous one, and it will last the entire day without any issues. Physical features pretty much the same as what you had previously, including those loud speakers, although the sound is not as crisp as I would have recommended. Now, with all this being said, is this a nice pickup? Yes, and maybe, and also no. It's a nice pickup if you are looking for a Samsung tablet, a budget Samsung tablet that's going to be supported, that has, all of these attributes. You really want to get the Samsung experience, the entry-level Samsung experience. This would be a nice pickup. And by the way, if you want to go ahead and pick up, make sure that you check the links that I have in the description there that typically offer discounts if you go ahead and use those links, if available. If not, you can always go ahead and purchase. But anyway, so it's a nice pickup for sure. But the reason I say maybe and no is because there are other choices out there. Even though I mentioned, I highlighted the fact that the Tab A9 Plus here is a tiny bit more powerful than the Tab S6 Lite. The Tab S6 Lite, despite being an older tablet, still seems to offer a more comprehensive package than this, specifically when it comes down to the S Pen, right? You have the S Pen experience. So the S6 Lite would offer a better entry-level experience, in my humble opinion, right? So if you can, go for the S6 Lite. Otherwise, this one is good as well, especially if you can find it at a good price. I just don't want you to limit yourself because there are other choices available, right? If you were to pick up this, of course, you'll be landing right there within the ecosystem. You can have this, communicate with your other devices, all of that. It's all good to have. So if you were looking for the successor to the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 that I have here, definitely go for this one. But if you want to play a little bit more with your money, you're looking for something a bit more comprehensive, consider the Tab S6 Lite. It's not necessarily the most powerful tablet that you should consider right now, but it is worth considering if you are in the market for the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 Plus. Or if you bought a Tab A9 Plus too, still a good tablet. That's just my take. If you have any questions, specific questions, maybe questions that are specific to you, you're in the market for this tablet here, let me know in the comment section. I may be able to help you better that way, right? Answering specific, questions that are specific to you. So let me know with your questions in the comment section. I'm going to catch you in that comment section like I always do. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. And of course, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm going to catch you in the next video, as I mentioned. And up until that next video, as always, stay safe out there.